Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Oscar Buzz. We're doing a mini podcast episode because we have a collection of news. And Trevor here, joined as always by Thomas. This will probably be a shorter episode, but there's just a bunch of stuff that we didn't want to make like individual videos about.
No.
So threw it all into one. So we'll have a variety of topics to discuss. I say jump straight in.
Sure.
We have like three different sections. We have some release date controversies. We have some film festival announcements, and we have some trailers. So let's start out with the release date. So first of all, Poor Things has been pushed. So it's official. Like we've gotten word from like Yorgos and everything. That's in Searchlight. That's 2023. They similarly from Taika and Searchlight, Next Goal Wins is officially 2022. And now we can presume that that's going to TIFF. That is
probably
official.
You
can assume that that's going to Fall Fest.
I would imagine so.
But yeah, so Poor Things obviously will be going out of our Oscars prediction. In the couple of categories we had it in. I mean, I'm not too concerned about it.
It also makes me feel that maybe they've got a little more confidence in it because we didn't have it really in many places in our early predictions. Like maybe it is a Best Picture contender, but this year's kind of stacked already, especially Searchlight. They have Empire of Light, Next Goal Wins. Maybe the Banshee of Inisherin, although I don't see that really doing much. But it's still a thing that they have. So I can see why this decision was made. Yeah.
I'm curious to see what they do with Empire of Light because they still haven't dated it. Like, they still haven't confirmed it for this year. We're pretty sure because, like, Sam Mendes works really fast.
Yeah.
But it also depends on if they want to really push Next Goal Win.
Yeah, maybe.
So we'll see because that hasn't been officially dated. I will say, though, pushing back Poor Things makes me more confident. But there's still a couple. Like, I mean, Babylon we know for sure is coming out. Fabelmans we know for sure is coming out. Killers of the Flower Moon, we still don't know. Empire of Light, we still don't know. So like there's still a few. One that there was a big mix up on from A24, and I'm still kind of confused about what's going on. So Will Mavity from Next Best Picture, he tweeted out that he got a press release from A24, and it listed The Whale as a 2023.
Yeah.
So then after that, Eric Anderson from Awards Watch reached out to a rep from A24, and they said that The Whale is still good for 22.
Yeah.
And then Mavity ended up deleting his tweet and saying that there was that wasn't like an official, or like it was an official thing from A24, but it wasn't like set in stone. I don't know. I'm still kind of confused about the whole thing.
Yeah, it's all just a bit up in the air at the minute.
If I had to guess anything, it would be that it's going to it's limited 2022 and then wide 2023.
Yeah.
Similar to like what movies did that last year? Like Tragedy of Macbeth.
Yeah.
Was limited 2022, wide 2023. The weird thing with that is that it isn't going to streaming because like A Hero did that and The Tender Bar did that, going limited in theaters 2022 and then streaming at the first part of 2023. But like this isn't like this isn't going to streaming unless they're just going to like do
drop
the human. Like
drop it wherever. I don't know where they drop it, but there's places they could put it.
But I don't know. Just the confusion with the release dates and everything. Like, are we gonna have another The Humans on our hands?
Yeah, it just sort of feels like it's trying to be buried, maybe, and like that's not a good sign, really.
Or they're just like really trying to push this for awards, like
maybe, and they're trying to sort of work around a weird release schedule. But I don't think the release schedule will work if they're trying to do an awards thing. I don't know. It's just not.
And it's also a difference because it's A24. Because like Babylon is doing this. It's going limited Christmas and then wide January 6th of 2023. But like that's also Babylon from Damien Chazelle.
Yeah.
Which we already know is going to be a big contender, and it's Paramount's top film.
Yeah,
we still don't know what A24's top film is. We don't know if it's going to be Everything Everywhere. We don't know if it's going to be this. We don't know if it could be After Sun from Cannes.
Yeah, I presume it'll be Everything Everywhere all at once. So.
Yeah, no, I agree, which makes me concerned with this release, like with this release schedule, if this isn't going to be their top priority.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't think it will be The Humans because that was like a first-time director. Like this is Darren Aronofsky.
Yeah.
Similarly, it's based off of a play and it's going to be a smaller story, and like A24 seems very confused about what to do. So yeah. I mean, in the end, this could all just be like a PR mix-up.
Yeah, like, that could be a thing, but I don't know. I think the wide in 2023, limited in 2022. I feel like that might be what they're trying to do. I would agree with you there.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. I feel like people are a bit too confident on this film. Like we still have it in actor, we still have it in makeup, but that's it. We didn't put it in adapted.
I put it some in supporting actress, though, to be fair. They've got both Sadie Sink and the other one I don't remember the name of. Hong Chow, that's it. Yeah.
So I don't know. I really don't know what to make of this movie. I really don't. But I think historically, A24 is only able to get one movie in, and it would feel like they'd be everywhere.
Yeah, they should be. Like, it'd be a really weird decision if they weren't.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what to do with this. I just it's an odd like little corner of this award season. Branching off of that, let's talk about briefly how weak adapted screenplay is.
Yes.
Because like there's nothing. There's
no,
just, like,
not really. There's a strong top three with Woman Talking, The Sun, Killers of the Flower Moon. I don't see any of them really dropping off, but then you've got a couple of unknowns as well that like are in the category at the minute, but really by default, like She Said, we don't know if that will really be somebody else to go for, but I guess it's got to be in at the minute. And like Next Goal Wins as well, we don't know if it's going to be good or not, but again, it just sort of has to be there at the moment because there really is nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, you also Poor Things has been moved.
Exactly.
So, you actually said The Whale, maybe.
I just don't see it as a screenplay movie. To be fair,
I agree.
I just don't.
agree. I mean, it's based on a play, but like I don't know. It would have to be like Fence, like and maybe it is that, but like I just have way too many concerns with The Whale at this point. I mean, then there's also like Next Goal Wins, which I think now that that's confirmed, I think that that's probably even our number 4.
Maybe, could well be.
But once again, it's so ambiguous. We don't know anything about this movie. We just know it's Taika and we know the cast. Like, I don't know what the tone of this is going to be. Like, it's so hard to tell. I mean, and is Taika really going to be a director that gets everything in? Or was he just a one-time wonder with Jojo Rabbit? We don't know.
No.
Like, we really don't know at this point. So, yeah, I don't know. There's also things like, what else is there? The new film from the Farrellys, The Greatest Beer Run Ever.
The Greatest Beer Run Ever, yeah. Which I don't think is going to be good, but if it is, it's an option. Yeah.
I guess.
And you've also got White Noise as well, which, but as Netflix keep adding stuff to their thing, like, I think that's just pushed down the priority lists for Netflix, and I don't think that'll be really a thing by the end of the year.
I don't know. I mean, the other thing they can bring up, and this kind of transitions us into our next topic, is Glass Onion, A Knives Out story. Yeah. The first film was nominated for original. So even though this is going to be a completely original story, it will count as adapted because the character Benoit Blanc is going to appear. So since there was a character that was created in another medium or in another film, then this does count as adapted. Maybe because we did get the news that it's going to TIFF.
Yeah, so, which is good, which is really good for like I'm glad that
they like the first one went to TIFF. They could have just dropped it on Netflix.
They could have, but I'm glad they didn't.
Because it's also getting the full theatrical run before it goes on Netflix. Like I think a 45-day, I want to say. So
which is not bad.
It's going to TIFF. It's getting the theatrical run. I mean, if it's as well written as the first Knives Out, and like the ensemble's just as good, like if it's just like if it is on par with the first Knives Out movie, why not?
Yeah, I mean there is the whole it's a sequel thing, which like shouldn't plague the Oscars minds, but I mean it definitely does. Let's be honest. And there's also I don't know if the screenplay will be different enough from Knives Out. Like obviously it's an original story, but I reckon the tone will be fairly consistent with the first and that sort of thing. And like the whole point of Knives Out was it was quite a novel screenplay, like the sort of vibe it was going for. So it was more of a thing the Oscars might go for. With this one, I don't know if it's just treading the same sort of beats. Maybe not.
Maybe not, but it also depends on if Netflix pushes it. Because the last film got in with like 0 campaigning. Yeah. Like I can't remember who had it. I want to say that it was MGM.
It could have been.
Knives Out. So like it was MGM Lionsgate, I remember. Yeah. So like they didn't campaign for it at all. Like I think they did a bit, but like it mostly got in just off of word of mouth. Now that you have Netflix, like if Netflix really wants something to get in, it gets in. That's just how it works. Like it doesn't matter the reviews. They wanted Don't Look Up to get in, so it got in.
Well, yeah.
Like, if Netflix prioritizes you, you're going to get in. If Netflix doesn't prioritize you, you have no shot. Look at Passing, the harder they fall. But, like, if they're pushing for you, you got a shot. Netflix has the resources. We'll see if they still want to go for awards, because they're going through a restructuring right now. Yeah. If they do, it's a weak category. I don't know. I
think you're slightly more confident in this film than I am. I really don't think this will be something the Oscars go for. But I want to be proved wrong. I want this film to be great.
I'm far from predicting.
Yes, yeah.
I'm just saying that it's giving nothing but positive signs right now. It's going to TIFF. It's getting the theatrical run. The category is weak. Like, everything is playing in this movie's favor right now.
Yeah.
So that still doesn't mean that it'll be enough to get it in, but still be there. I think if anything, this movie, like, the most likely award it gets is like a WGA nom.
Yeah, it could well do. It could well do.
For adapted. Like, I don't know. I think this will have some kind of press, or like Golden Globes for comedy actor, comedy musical actor or actress. Like, I feel like it'll be somewhere. But yeah, so that's our first TIFF news. We'll of course be covering all the TIFF news.
Yeah.
But also, don't worry, darling. Confirmed for Venice. Do you know what this tells me?
What?
This is going to be a prestige film, okay? They didn't just go for TIFF, which is where you can also drop like your blockbusters like Dune and Last Night in Soho, right? You know, your like bigger movies. No. This is going to Venice. Like, this is going to be a prestige movie. Like, yeah, it just gives me even more confidence.
Yeah, I mean, let's not forget Last Night in Soho did go to Venice as well.
It did, but like its main thing was TIFF. Like, I understand what you're saying, but like I don't know. I feel like just making Venice a priority. Like,
yeah, and I mean, maybe I'm really looking forward to the film. I just don't know about the concept itself. It maybe feels like it might be a little too weird for somebody, or a little too like small scale for the Oscars to go for. But you know, I'm definitely looking forward to it, and this does fill me more confidence with at least the film will be good. Hopefully.
Yeah. I mean, I could see it doing, like, it's probably going to have the Isa Tammy Faye release thing where, you know, because it's releasing September 23rd. Yeah. So, like, it's going to be at festivals and then 2 weeks later come out in theater. But, like, I don't know. I see this, if it's going to get anything, as like a lone screenplay nom. I mean, this feels like it could have like a Promising Young Woman energy, and I know that Promising Young Woman got more, but it was also 2020 where like none of the major things came out. But like, I still think that I think if Promising Young Woman came out in like, for instance, 2021, I think it would have gotten original screenplay.
I mean, I Carey Mulligan probably would have gotten as well.
I don't know. I think it would just be like. This feels like
she was very close to winning. Like, she was very close to winning.
I know, but it feels like the Knives Out thing, or like, you know, like the Big Sick. Like, it's just like they recognize like this is a thing that we wouldn't normally go for, but since this was like, you know, very creative, and it was like, you know, the definition of like an original screenplay, like, you know, a very fun film, then we throw you the screenplay nom. Like, that's essentially, like, I know it got into international, but that's essentially what The Worst Person in the World.
Yeah. Let's also not forget that it would be competing an original screenplay, which, as you mentioned, adapted screenplay is very weak. Yes. Original screenplay is very strong. There is lots that are available for the Oscars to go for.
Yeah, I agree. It could happen. Is all I'm saying. It could happen.
It could.
I like, this is another thing where I'm not currently predicting it for anything, and like people are trying to say production design, costumes, Florence Pugh. I don't know. If we're gonna get peer review stuff, but like, I don't know. We don't know how bonkers and off the rails this movie is going to go. Like, we see it trying to escape. Like, we don't know where this film is going.
No.
Like, there's still a lot left to mystery about this film. Maybe we see it. Maybe we see a bit more from it. So I don't know. This is just another thing that I'm making. I'm feeling more confident the more we learn about it.
Yeah, no, 100%. And as I say, I'm really looking forward to it. So I would like to see it do something in awards season.
Yeah, agreed. All right, last bit of festival news. The BFI London Film Festival has made Matilda the musical its opening film. Now, Thomas, you're British.
I am. Have you noticed?
What are your thoughts on this? This is, you know, where you're from, London.
Yeah, I think this is an interesting choice. You know, definitely something unexpected, a little out of the blue. I don't really know if this will be something that the Oscars will go for, but as we talked about, I don't remember if it was on the show or beforehand. It could be something the BAFTAs will go for. As you know, it is a British production, and there aren't many of them to start with, so the field is already quite limited. But also, we saw some questionable stuff getting last year, so like, if this is even good, like that already propels it above a lot of stuff. So yeah, I think this is maybe definitely on the BAFTAs will go for, and something to look out for there, but maybe not the Oscars itself.
I agree. I mean, like, yeah, this is not an Oscars thing. I mean, it's a fun cast. You got Emma Thompson, you got Emma Stone, you have Lashana Lynch, you have Stephen Graham, you have Ralph Fiennes. Like, it's an enjoyable cast. Yeah, I don't know. It's based off of a musical that was written by Tim Minchin, who's, you know, an entertaining guy. And yeah, like the questionable stuff that Thomas is talking about could be things like everybody's talking about Jamie, the musical that dropped onto Amazon Prime in like mid-September. Like just random stuff got in over summer. Like, you know, and you saw stuff that even was like even like questionably British getting in. Like the best British film is it's an odd cat.
It is. Like I can see why it exists, obviously, to celebrate British films, but you know, it's an odd category.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think this could happen. Here, let's listen to these nominees from last. So Belfast won.
Yeah.
Right. So that makes sense. But then you had After Love, Ali and Ava, Boiling Point. Those are like the British Independent Spirit nominees, right? And then we get into some of the weird stuff. So Cyrano.
Yeah, which is questionably British.
Questionably British. Everybody's talking about Jamie. I believe just like takes place in England. Yeah. And it was adapted from a BBC thing. So I guess House of Gucci. I still am confused about how that's British.
Yeah, I guess because Ridley Scott is British, but that's it.
Last Night in Soho.
Again, like Edgar Wright's British, but the film itself.
Well.
Yeah.
No Time to Die. Just a very British character, I guess.
Yeah.
And then Passing, because it's a very American film.
It is very American.
Because Rebecca Hall is British.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. This seems like very British. It was actually like, you know, a British production featuring British actors that takes place in England by a British director. It can make sense. It's also gonna get the Netflix push.
Yeah.
So, there's a trailer for it. I could even see it getting production design at the BAFTAs, in all honesty.
Could do. If it's a big thing there, then yeah. That probably seems like one of the more likely places for it to show up.
Like, I don't know. I could see it just being a very random BAFTA nom.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. But let's talk about some trailers that we got.
Exciting.
I'll let you open. What were your thoughts on the 13 Lives? Because you felt confident about this.
I did, and my confidence has certainly wavered on this film. I still have it in because I don't know what to put it. Like, there's a lot of what ifs at this point in time, so like I feel fairly decent putting it in, at least at this point, but I don't know really how good it will be. Like, the trailers don't really sell it. I still think the source material is very interesting. I still think the source material has the potential to make a great film, but like Viggo Mortensen doesn't look very good. Like, he just doesn't. The clips they showed are not really one to really hopefully best sell his performance. Hopefully there is slightly more to his performance than we see in the actual film. And I don't know, it didn't give me an Oscars vibe, if that's a terrible way of articulating it, but you know what I mean.
I mean, I'll be honest, the movie also just doesn't look good.
No.
Like, and like, I don't like Ron Howard that much as a director. Like, no. I'm not the biggest fan. So I just don't know what to do with this. I feel like kind of justified in saying that this isn't going to be a thing, just because like I don't know what are we getting from this. I don't know if people will care even. Like, we just got the rescue, like, and they didn't nominate that. I just don't understand why we're supposed to care.
I don't know. I guess Ron Howard plus pretty relevant. Well, not relevant. Pretty topical, current like source material and like big name actors, which I guess always sort of correlates to at least being in the conversation around Oscars.
Yeah, I don't know. This just feels like a really weird. I don't know. It would feel like such a weird thing to get in. Also, what is this release strategy? Amazon and MGM?
I don't know. It's MGM clearly aren't
this month.
Really great. Yes, it is. I know. I saw that.
Like, what are you doing in dropping it on Amazon Prime in August? Everybody's going to forget about this.
Yeah. Like I think really sadly this is kind of, predictable as a summer box office failure, which is sad to say, but like I don't think this film will make money. And like if they are trying to line it up as a summer blockbuster, that's not the way to go about releasing this film.
It's going to be on streaming in a week.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I don't know. Yeah, like as you said, Viggo Mortensen doesn't look very good. It was very oddly edited, the trailer. It doesn't look like it's shot that well. No. Like, we'll see if production design does anything, but like, I just don't care about this movie. We'll still watch it and review it, obviously.
Yeah.
But like, I don't care. I don't think I could see this just getting 0 Oscar nominations. I will be completely honest.
It could well do. It could well do.
So I just don't know why it would get anything. In all honesty, like, why would this movie get anything? So yeah, I don't know. I don't feel that confident in it. But let's talk about another trailer. Let's talk about The Woman King.
Another trailer there. It's not really the best that's shown in the film, I think it's fair to say. It's presenting this film very much as an action film, which is surprising to me. I didn't realize that this was really going to be, like, I knew it would have action elements, but I thought primarily it would be more a drama. But that doesn't look like the case. And honestly, this film kind of just looks bad. Like, I'm sure Viola Davis will be good, but she was good in Suicide Squad, so that's not really anything to write home about. But yeah, it just doesn't look very good. From everything they show, there's nothing really that really interests me about the film. Like, it just looks like a pretty stereotypical action film that I know exactly where it's going. It's going to be about her protecting the village. Okay, it's probably going to end happily ever after. That doesn't really interest me.
I agree. I guess costumes and production design maybe, but there will be so many other picks. I just think that this is going to kind of get drowned out. It's coming out in September. It's who's producing this? I think it
is Sony.
Sony, yeah, and Sony. Will this be Sony's top priority? I guess.
No, because they've got the Sun.
Oh, that's true. Never mind. Yep, I forgot about that.
Yeah. So I mean, what are they going to unless it's the Sun, which I highly, highly doubt.
Right. So yeah, what are they going to do with this then?
I don't know. I think it's just going to be a film that's talked about for maybe a day, and then forgotten about completely.
Yeah. I don't feel that confident in this being an awards thing. So yeah, we'll see. But I don't know. It's just 2 trailers that made me less confident in Oscars films.
Yeah. Which is good to sort of shred the pack a little.
Yeah, narrows them down, cross them off the list. So there's also this thing, Ticket to Paradise, which it's George Clooney and Julia Roberts reuniting. Caitlin Deaver's also in it, and it's a rom-com, and it's Julia Roberts and George Clooney. And I think this is going to get a Globe nomination for either actor or actress in musical comedy. I don't know. It just feels like the kind of weird Golden Globes thing. The Golden Globes just do weird stuff. I mean, I don't think that we can look at 2020 and 2021 for the Globes.
No.
But even then, they what was the weird thing that they did?
They did the Tender Bar Ben Affleck this year.
Yeah. They also had who'd they give the win? Rosamund Pike.
For I Care a Lot.
I Care a Lot. They just do the weirdest stuff, and this just makes sense. It's going to be positioned as it's coming out in November. It's from the director of Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. It's just going to be this goofy comedy thing that is just going to I feel like it just might get nominated.
It might. I don't know. It looks like just a very bad film. It looks like it's going to be quite outdated with, it just looks like an outdated rom-com that we don't really need.
The Lost City maybe. But what if The Lost City came out in November and they campaigned it for Golden Globes?
Yeah,
it would get nominated, Thomas. It would get a nomination.
It might. In
musical comedy, 100% it would.
Equally though, with the Golden Globes basically going underground and basically only existing on Twitter and YouTube, whatever, they may be more compelled to go with more independent stuff. I guess hopefully that's what I'm hoping.
I think they're coming back this year, though. I think
are they coming back this year? Oh, yeah. Okay. Then I guess not. They will probably have to go for more of the stuff that appeals to all audiences to get back those viewing figures. So yeah, it could be a thing.
Yeah, this will be weird. I don't know. We'll see. It caught my eye. Okay, but let's talk about another thing. A movie that I'm actually kind of excited about after seeing this trailer. So this is See How They Run, a comedy mystery film featuring Saoirse Ronan and Sam Rockwell, Adrian Brody. This looks like a fun time.
It does. Yeah.
Now, I remember there being a report that Saoirse Ronan's character was going to be alcoholic in this.
I remember you saying, and I just saw the trailer. And no sign of that, really.
Yeah, it could be a thing that's just not in the trailer, but it's definitely leaning more comedy with this.
Yeah.
We did talk about it on Oscar Buzz. We did talk about it was a film called See How They Run featuring Saoirse Ronan as an alcoholic.
I remember.
Different film, and they're reporting
maybe
they just mixed it up with another Saoirse Ronan project that was going to be coming out.
That would make more sense than this, which showed no evidence of that at all.
No, I mean I don't know. Last time we got a report that like this like very good actress was going to be playing an alcoholic. It was Red, White, and Water, and that was supposed to come out 4 years ago, and it didn't come out. So I don't know. But anyways, see how they run. Just looks like a fun movie. Like
very similar vibe sort of to Knives Out, which is going to be interesting because they're both obviously coming out around the same time, like not in complete conjunction, but around the same time. And as a sucker for mystery films, I love mystery films as a genre itself. So, I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, this just looks, as you say, looks like some fun.
Yeah, Saoirse Ronan looks quite good. Like just in like this fun, goofy, like detective. I mean, this is the first time I've really seen Saoirse do much like comedy, and like she's pretty fun. I mean, Sam Rockwell, obviously, is just a great actor. He deserves so much more recognition than he gets. Adrian Brody, like it's just like this is just gonna be a fun movie. It has a fun like old Hollywood vibe. The production design looks very fun, and like the costumes and like Now this, speaking of the Golden Globes, it feels like a Golden Globe comedy musical nomination that would actually be like kind of good and fun.
It could well be.
Like I don't think that we'll see this show up at like major awards like Oscar, Critics' Choice, anything like that, unless it becomes like really big. But this looks like just like a fun a good fun Golden Globes thing. So I don't know. The trailer looked very fun. There's gonna be some fun bits in it, I'm sure. As you say, I enjoy mystery films quite a bit. Like I'm looking forward to it. It's another Searchlight thing. I think it'll be far from their priority. But I could see them pushing it for Globes.
Could they?
I could see it. Anything else to say about this trailer though?
Not really. No, Reece Shearsmith, great actor as well, which he didn't mention. He's not been in many films, but he's in a great British series called Inside Number 9, which just randomly check out if you have ever time to, because it's really good.
All right. Yeah. No, this looks like a fun movie. I'm looking forward to it. I honestly think this is the film out of these trailers we talked about that like the only one that I'm like legitimately excited for.
I'd agree. Because I'm really not looking forward to 13 Lives anymore, which is a shame. Because I was.
Yeah. I never really was, but I feel more validated than let down by that one. But yeah, this was a fun. That's all we have really to talk about. Unless let me check, make sure there isn't any breaking news. Yeah, it was just a fun little episode of Oscar Buzz. Had a variety of things to discuss. So yeah, anything else you want to bring up?
No, not really. This award season's been fun so far, but it's only going to get more fun, I'm sure.
I mean, we aren't even into like the real season.
No, exactly.
So like, I'm excited to really get into it.
100%.
Very excited to really get into it. Go through all the twists and turns that we did last year, and being a lot more prepared this time. So, but that is it for this episode of Oscar Buzz. I can't bother to remember what episode number it is. But thank you everybody so much for watching. Really truly do appreciate it. You can find us elsewhere in the links in the description on Twitter, YouTube, etc. Actually I think that's it. But thank you everybody. Until next, stay safe.